Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, how's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Type in the comment section if you can hear me so I can go ahead and get started. Can you hear me clearly before I get started? Okay, can everybody hear me? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody. I see everybody here. Hello, YouTube family. I am glad to be able to be with you on this Sunday. I like to start off introducing myself because I know that it's a lot of people that are new. My name is Theresa Sweat, and on this channel, I bring to you nothing but legitimate work from home job leads that go out every single day. And I'm trying to build a community where we can uplift and encourage one another on our job search and everyday life. And then also I'm helping you, like if you need a free laptop or low cost laptop or maybe free food, I'm giving you organizations out here that are willing to help you. And today I'm going to show you how to optimize your resume the way that helped me pass the applicant tracking system. So I'm going to share my screen. And I want you to remember is when I share my screen, I'm not going to be able to see the comment section, but if you have any questions, I'm going to answer those questions after I share my screen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Y'all know, you know that every time when I share my screen, what I get excited because I know that there is room at the table. God has a job out there for you with your name on it. You just got to trust and believe. And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and do this presentation right now. Okay, so the first thing that you need to understand is what is the applicant tracking system, which is also known as the ATS. You have to know what you're competing against, okay, in order for you to pass this system here. So the ATS is the applicant tracking system, is a software used by employers and recruiters to manage and streamline the hiring process. It automates the collection, sorting, and ranking of resumes submitted for a job application, making it easier to identify qualified candidates. And this is how the ATS system works. Basically, like the job posts, like when I give you work from home job leads on my videos every single day, those employers create those job postings. They create a job description. They include specific qualifications, skills, experience, and keywords relevant to the position. This is often posted on the job boards, company website, and social media. So once you fill out that information, the next step is the resume submission. Job seekers submit their resume through an online portal like job boards or email. The ATS then collects and stores their resume in a database. And then the ATS reads your resume and they extract important information such as contact details, work experience, education, skills, and qualification, and then converts this data into a standardized format for each comparison. So basically, it's grading your resume, just like if you were in school, it's giving you a 90%. If you get a 90% or higher, that means that your resume has the keywords from the job post, and that's how your resume passed the applicant tracking system, okay? Now we're talking about keyword matching. The ATS use keyword matching to identify resumes that align with the job description. Employers seek specific keywords related to the job role, and the ATS searches for those keywords in each resume. Keywords may include job titles like example, Python program, certification, or relevant experience. And then they rank, like after scanning and matching the ATS, they rank the resume based on their relevance to the job posting. And it may score a resume based on keywords, how often you put that into your resume, relevance and qualification, filtering out resumes that do not meet the set criteria. So most of the time, all Fortune 500 companies are using the ATS, especially if they have like over 100 applications for one particular job, they're using this in order to wean out people that do not have that job, the keywords in their resume. And then the recruiters and hiring managers view the highest ranked candidate. The ATS help prioritize the best matching, making the recruitment process more efficient. And then the ATS track each candidate journey through the recruitment process. It logs stages like interview, scheduling, feedback from interviews, and final decision making. This helps recruiters stay organized and follow up. Now, A lot of y'all don't know this, is that when you are filling out applications, like if I give you a job post, if you scroll all the way down and if you see job vite, greenhouse, workday, lever, that should be a red flag that that application is ATS. Your application is going through the ATS. So not only does your resume need to be optimized, your application as well. So if your resume is optimized, your application will be. Why? Because your resume, like once I teach you how to optimize it, you're going to copy and paste what's on your resume into the application. Okay. So just make sure that when you are looking at the jobs that I'm giving, or if you are applying for your own, scroll all the way down to the bottom and see if you see job vite or greenhouse or workday or lever. And that's going to tell you. And here's an example right here where you see workday at the bottom, that company is using the ATS system. Okay. So again, this is how the ATS work. First, there's a job vacancy in the company, the job published on the job board, the job seekers apply, and then the resume is scanned based on keywords, and either you're going to get a green check or unqualified, where they're going to reject you. Okay. So again, the tips for optimizing your resume for ATS system is use the keywords. Tailor your resume to each job by using keywords from the job description. Include relevant job titles, skills, and qualification. Always stick to simple formatting. Avoid complex layouts like graphics, tables, and unusual fonts, as those can confuse the ATS system. Always use a clean, simple format with bullet points, heading, and clear sections. And then also use standard job titles that the ATS is more likely to recognize. And they also say to avoid abbreviation, like instead of putting, like some people just put it's bachelor's of science, they maybe put BSc. You want to spell out the whole thing, like bachelor's of science. And then also the chronological format is the best one. The ATS system often perform better with traditional resume formats, where you must have your recent, where you work at. So again, I'm going to show you an example of a job post back in the day. How I was taught was to look at the job post, but I'm going to show you the easy way to do it. But back in the day, this is how I was taught: to print out the job post and then go in here and highlight the keywords. Like, for example, I'm applying for a medical billing specialist at the company at ABC Healthcare Solution, and it's remote, and it's paid $30 an hour. Now you see all the keywords that's highlighted. Those are the keywords: medical billing, CPT, ICD-10, HCPC coding, medical billing software. All of these need to be into your resume. When you go down here to your responsibility, you see the qualification, the CPT, ICD-10, and HCPC. Those are keywords, but I'm going to show you. Now, also, this is another resume example. This is how I basically took the keywords from the job post and implemented it into my resume. You see, I have a professional summary. I put all of that: medical billing, CPT, ICD-10, all of those keywords are in my resume natural. A lot of resumes that I've seen, they don't have the bullet points. It's graphics. It's just all over the place. And the resume template is not right. So the resume need to be optimized, and they need to have a resume template. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So again, this is just example of the job post and the resume example. Now, like once you apply for the jobs, this is what your resume and your information go into a portal like this. Like when you scroll down on the job rec, it says job vite. But, it will show your name, the job that you applied for, and this is how they get a hold of you. And they just go in here, your resume is attached, and they look at your resume, and they also look at if you fill out the information in the application. If you leave something out, that your resume is going to be rejected. So you want to make sure that you answer in complete sentences. Like if they say, well, do you have a bachelor's degree? You don't say yes, you go more into details, okay? And just speaking with hiring manager, they want you just to write basically a full paragraph, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started here, okay? We're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so, okay, I'm just saying, she can't see that chat while presenting me. Okay, are y'all able to see it? Okay, well and over, okay. Will an overview be available for this presentation? Yes. Your screen is blurry. So can y'all see it now? Okay. Let me share my screen. Are y'all able to see it now? I'm just to go ahead and share my screen again. I do apologize for it being blurry here, but I'm going to share my screen and y'all just let me know if you can see it again. Okay. Okay. This is what we're going to do. What you can pull up is the two things that you're going to need is you're going to need ChatGPT. This is a free version as well as EarnBetter. You see me talk about EarnBetter all the time. So these are the things that you can pull up right now, or you can just watch the video and you can just walk, through on your own time. So say, for example, if I was applying for this job and you see in this job here, there is keywords in this job rec, and I'm not familiar with what are the keywords. You hear a lot of people all the time say, put the keywords in, found the keywords in a job post. And I'm not sure what it is. So the best thing that you're going to do is on every job, it's going to work on every job, is you're going to highlight from here where it says job summary, all the way down into the skills section here, even also to the education part right here. And then you're going to right click and you're going to go into ChatGPT and you just talk to ChatGPT. You just tell ChatGPT is give me the keywords from this job post so my resume can pass the ATS system. Okay. This is how I do it here. And then I'm gonna copy and paste all that job description in here. And then I'm gonna hit enter. Okay. So you see right now, what I asked ChatGPT is to give me the keywords from that job post so I can know what it is. So you see, these are the keywords that the hiring managers and recruiters are looking for. So you need to have these keywords in your resume. Only put the keywords in here that you are familiar with. Like if you're familiar with collection of receivable, healthcare billing, electronic data, third-party clearinghouse, you want to put all this information in here. Okay. So the next step, that's the first step. Okay. All I did was went into this particular job, went under the job summary, and copy everything, the skills. And I went into ChatGPT and told ChatGPT to give me the keywords from that job post. Now I know what the keywords are. The next step is I need to put this in a resume sample. So basically, I'm going to say, put these keywords into a resume sample. Okay, resume sample. Yep. Okay, hold on. Past it. ATS and highlight the keywords. And then I can always go back and say, I'm applying for, hold on, you can see what I'm talking about. Applying for, and then I'm gonna go back into this job here and copy and paste the job title here. Okay. And then at this time, if you have a job, I can say, I'm a medical biller at UT Southwestern. Hold on. And hold on. Sick track. Data entry. Hold on, just bear with me. Data entry. Okay. So let me just go in here. Hold on just for a second. And I'm going to show you how it looks here. And then basically I'm telling them to give me a resume sample so I can go by. You should be able to look at a resume sample and try to figure out what your resume needs to be like. So it's saying that you need to put your name, your contact information, your phone, your email, and if you have a LinkedIn account. So this is my professional summary. You see that I have all the keywords from this particular job post right here. I'm applying for this job. I have all of those keywords in this job post. So it's in my professional summary. I told ChatGPT to highlight all the keywords. And then also in my work experience, like say, for example, I'm a medical billing specialist at UT Southwestern Medical Center. It put the keywords off in my job duties, so I know, that, this resume will actually pass the ATS. That's all you need to do. It has your skills and everything in here. That's it. That's how you pass the applicant tracking system. The next step is, but you want to tweak it. You don't want to copy. You don't want to copy. You just want to put it in your own words. After you do that, the next step is that's when you go into EarnBetter. You hear me talk about EarnBetter all the time on the platform. You go into resumes here, okay? So I have a choice. I can upload a pre-existing resume if I want to, or I can start from scratch. I'm going to show you how I start from scratch. You can say no, re-upload and start from scratch and hit save and continue. Always save your resume as a PDF file because according to hiring manager, it is more readable to pass the applicant tracking system once your resume is optimized. So I'm gonna go right here. I don't have a resume. And then I'm gonna go back into the job here where I applied for, and I'm gonna copy and paste this job title into right here. You can either type it in, it's up to you, but I prefer to copy and paste. And then I'm gonna hit save and continue. This is my resume template. EarnBetter is 100% free. All you have to do is sign up and build your profile. It is free. When you hear me say stop paying for resume templates, this is why. You're getting for free. All you need is classic, bold, or clean or moderate. I suggest, my opinion is to stick with the classic or the clean. Why? It's because it is more readable. I'm scared that this bold to the top and to the left right here is going to throw the applicant tracking system off. So I'm going to stick with the classic. And as you can see, the classic is already checked. So all I need to do is go to text. This is where you start. You're going to put your first name, your last name, your email address. Speaking of email address, you need to have a personal and a business. You don't want to have baby boy 123 or baby girl 123. When you don't have a professional email, a lot of times companies will not hire you for that. I'm not saying not to have it, but you do want to have a personal email with your first and last name. And then you want to put your phone number here. Okay? You want to put your phone number, and then wherever city you stay in, this is where you want to put it at. You want to put your city and you want to put your state. If you have a LinkedIn account, this is where you want to put it at. Okay. So you have a choice to do a summary or you can do objective. Okay. So I'm going to switch. You can switch to a objective if you want to. This is where I'm going to go back into ChatGPT, and I'm going to copy and paste this. Say, for example, I already changed it, tweak it the way I want it to. I'm going to go into ChatGPT and put this information here. Okay, you see that? So I can have AI if I want to rewrite it. So I'm going to choose rewrite summary with AI. So when I have AI to rewrite it, this is the original. This is suggestion 1, suggestion 2, suggestion 3. So it reworded for me. So you choose what works for you. You want to use, the way you talk. So you use suggestion 1, and then you hit apply edits. You see how I put that into the summary. The next part is you're going to add your work experience. All I did was click add work experience. And then I can go back into ChatGPT. I'm sorry, I keep saying ChatGPT and type in or put in medical billing specialist. I can highlight medical billing specialist. And I can go in here and put my title. And then I can put in UT Southwestern. Sorry, hold on just for a second. You can type in UT Southwestern Medical Center. And then I can put the city, the state. I'm just making something up. I'm going to just say Dallas, Texas. Okay. And then you can put the start date, whatever date that you start, you can put it in here all the way to, you can say you currently work here. And then you can go back in here and put your description from this information here. With all this, I can just copy and paste this particular job here. right click, copy, and go back into here. And I have my job already. You see it automatically saves it for me. If I have another job, I can go in here and say add work experience. I can go back into ChatGPT, put down sick track, can put down data entry first, the title, and then I can put sick track. And I can put, let me see here, I can put Dallas, Texas again. And then I can put the start date. I can say I'm just throwing something in here, January to, I'm gonna just say August of 2024. And then I can go back in here and copy and paste what I did on a particular job here, okay? Once I went in here and reword everything, made it my own, I can do that. So I have 2 jobs, as you can see. Now your education, you put your education here. You know that if you went to school and you receive a bachelor's degree, you won't need to put high school in a bachelor's degree. If you went to a college or trade school, you know you already have to have a high school diploma in order to get into college. So if I went and I have a bachelor's degree in applied science, I can put in computer, let's see here, computer science, just for a second. Okay, come put computer science here from Texas Tech University. You can put in your graduation date. Say, for example, if I graduated in January 2022, if I have any certifications, I can put my certifications here. I can add the certifications in here. Say, for example, if it was AWS Cloud from Amazon and the year that I finished was maybe 2024. You see, I have my certifications. What it did with the skills section, it took from the job that I was currently applying for, this job here, it took these skills out of here and it kind of recommend that these are the skills that I need to add into my resume, or you can go in here and add them yourself. Like say, for example, with ChatGPT, I can add all of these skills off in here in order to increase my chances of passing the applicant tracking system. And that's exactly what I would do. But for the sake of this here, I'm just going to add all of this into my resume here. Okay, I'm going to add every single one of these here. And you see it's saving it for me. So at this particular point, I can share my resume or I can hit finish. So I'm gonna hit finish. Once I hit finish, since I applied for that job, it is telling me that, hey, there's some more jobs out here that you can apply for. So I can apply for these jobs. The only thing that I tell you about EarnBetter, on every job that I talk about in my videos, I always reach out to hiring manager to make sure that the jobs are legitimate. But on this, you're going to have to either, reach out to them. And the red flag is what you need to know is always apply on the company website. Unfortunately, there are still job scammers out there that are posting fake jobs, but you want to make sure that you always apply on the company website. If they're asking for money, you need to run. No job that is real is going to ask for you to pay an upfront cost. So just remember that. And right here, I do not want to apply for jobs. I want to click out of that. And this is my resume, y'all. It took under 7 minutes to do my resume. Okay, took under 7 minutes. It's already ATS friendly. It is saved as a PDF file. It is ready to go. Okay, this is all you need. I showed you how to optimize the resume. I show you how to put it in a resume template with EarnBetter. Again, it's 100% free. Now, if you see something like if you go into this resume and you see something like, oh, something is wrong, all you need to do is go into text and whatever you need to correct. If I need to go in here and change something in summary, I can go in here and tweak it, change it around. If I need to change or delete a job, I can hit the trash can. Or if I want to go in here and just change something around, you are able to do that. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to show you how to do is a cover letter. A lot of applications require that you do a cover letter. Even though it's optional, you need to do it so you can stand out. You always want to do the things that your competitors are not doing so you can increase your chances of applying for a job. So what it's asking, what job title will you use this cover letter for? So I'm going to go back to this same job. I'm going to copy and paste this title, go back into EarnBetter. Remember, you can type it in or you can copy and paste like I'm doing, and you can hit save and continue. They're asking you, do you have a job description for this role? If so, please paste it. That's how they know to tailor your cover letter to the job post. So yes, I do. So I'm going back and forward. So the name of the company is RCM. Let me go back in here. I'm sorry, it's not RCM. It's Help at Home. Okay. So I'm gonna just go in here and type in Help at Home. Okay. And then I'm going to go back into this job here. And then I'm just going to copy right here from the job summary all the way down to the right here. And then I'm going to copy and paste this into EarnBetter. Just right click and hit paste. And then you're going to hit save and continue. So right now it's asking me which resume that I want this cover letter to go with. Of course, I want it to go with the one I just completed. I'm going to hit finalize my cover letter. So right now it is finalizing my cover letter. It is getting it ready. So, and here it is, under 7 minutes. This is your cover letter that you can send, but you can tweak it. You can make it your own. You can change it the way you want it to sound. Right now it is standard. You can choose professional, confident, playful, informative, inspirational, and hit regenerate cover letter. You can share the cover letter, you can download it, or you can hit finish. It's up to you what you want to do. So I'm going to hit finish. Okay. Again, it's giving me some suggestions of some more jobs that I can apply for. And again, I don't want to apply for any jobs. The next step is doing a follow-up. Every time when you apply for a job, you want to always do a follow-up. You know, you always want to do a follow-up at least a week or 2 weeks after you apply for a job. So say, for example, if I'm interested in doing a follow-up for this company here. Okay, I already did one, but I'm going to delete that one and I'm going to show you from scratch how I did it here. So what you're going to do is hit follow-up email. It already put the job title here. It put the company name. All you need to know who's the recruiter name, and you want to hit save and continue. And it's talking about, tell us about this role. What makes you excited about this role? The position aligns with my career goals. My skills and knowledge are very relevant. I'm excited about your team. It's a new challenge. You choose. So I'm going to choose the first one and hit save and continue. It's analyzing the job requirement. It customized the email and it's finalized the perfect email here. So this is a follow-up. All you need to do is, like I said, go in here and tweak it and make it your own. But it did it for you. I didn't have to really think. It just did it for me. And I can open the email, send it, copy text, hit finish, and that's all you have to do. Next one is a thank you email. After you have an interview, that's very important. You need to always send a thank you email. Believe it or not, people that don't send a thank you email, that could be the one reason why they're not getting a job. So you want to go right here and say, click right here where it says thank you email. Again, it already put the job title, the company's name. All you need is the person, whoever interviewed you, in their email, and you hit save and continue. Again, you tell them about the interview, learning about the company mission, learning how the team works together. You choose. I'm going to choose the first one, hit save and continue. It's analyzing the job requirement, position your interview feedback, and here it is. This is the thank you email that you need to send for a follow-up. Okay, so at this time, you can do open my email, hit finish. You can do the copy text. Okay. One thing that I'm going to show you here also is interview prep. A lot of people are struggling with interviews. They go into an interview and they don't know what questions that they're going to ask you. But with EarnBetter, you can practice. So every job that you apply for on EarnBetter, AI generated interview cheat sheet. So whatever I interested in having an interview for, it has, like, say for example, if it was the mission coordinators, here's an interview cheat sheet. I'm going to click on it, but also you can scroll down and you can start practicing. So if I hit start practicing, on the other end, there's a pre-recorder asking me 3 interview questions at my own pace, tailored to my profile and job, and they will grade your response and provide feedback instantly. And that is how you keep improving. So if I click on this interview cheat sheet, this is what you see. They're coming up with questions that this company will ask you. Okay, they're coming up with questions. They're giving you the answer. All you have to do is put it in your own words. Can you walk me through your resume? You see here, they're giving you some answers. All you have to do is reword it. What are your greatest strengths? There's questions that they're asking you here. When you scroll down, they're giving you general best practice for the interview, like tips and tricks. They're saying, check the calendar invitation and see if you need to download anything such as Zoom, make eye contact and smile. A lot of times people go into interviews, and I was guilty at one point, where the hiring manager asked, do you have any questions? And you're like, I don't have any questions. You need to always have at least 3, 4, 5 questions, or answer all these questions, because it makes them think that you're interested in a job. Like, what are the skills and experience you're looking for in an ideal candidate? What are the next steps in the interview process? You can download it. You can have it right beside you, so you can always refer to. So this is a great thing about using EarnBetter. It is 100% free. Now, when you go into your documents, like I always say in all my videos, you're only titled to do 15 resumes. Once you do 15 resumes, it's not going to allow you to do it at all. Don't get in panic mode. All you have to do is click the 3 dots, choose the one that you're not using, hit delete, hit confirm, and that's all you need to do. Okay, that's very easy to do. Okay, anybody have any questions at this time? Anybody? Let me just go through here, through the chat, and see if anybody have any questions. Let me go all the way up here. Okay, hold on just for a second. Do anybody have a questions? Okay, Shay says, I'm grateful for your assistance and information. Thank you so much. And then it says, what about the Times Roman font for your resume? You can still stick with that, but when you use EarnBetter, it's automatic. It's going to do it for you. So you don't have to worry about all that, using the font. That's the great thing about EarnBetter. Like, you can go to Canva and you can get some free templates for free, but you have to worry about, like, if you copy and paste, your job to Canva using their resume template, it's going to be, like how to center it, it's going to be incorrect. So I will stick with EarnBetter, because all you're doing is typing the information, and it's putting it into a resume template for you. Okay, it says she can't see that chat while presenting. Okay, yeah, I couldn't see it. Wow, thank you so much. Let me go to the next one. Will any overview be available for this presentation? If you want this presentation, I can give you this, but it will be a replay after this live stream. Okay, somebody said your screen is blurry. I do apologize. Hopefully you can see it. Somebody said yes, you can see it. I'm sorry, I do have, you're crystal clear. Let me see here. Let me go all the way down here. Everything looks just fine. Okay, here's another question. If we're creating from EarnBetter, do we still do this? Okay. If we're creating from EarnBetter, do we still do this? Okay, could you just explain a little bit more so I can understand, to create, you talking about the resume, let me know. Okay. It says looking through EarnBetter, they would do this as well. They will create your resume. And again, about EarnBetter too, even though it says you can apply for jobs on there, you can also apply for jobs outside. Like the jobs that I'm giving you, there's a way that you can go in there and put that job into EarnBetter, and you're still able to do a cover letter, a thank you, and a follow-up. I'm Blessed Stone says, I appreciate you sharing this information. You're so welcome. This is good here. I'm trying to help y'all, because when people don't realize that people charge anywhere from $25 all the way up to $2,000 to get your resume. I literally paid somebody maybe, I say about 3 months ago, $60 for my resume. I already know how to do a resume, but I just want to know that they optimize my resume to the job. So I use that resume that they optimized and applied for a job. I didn't get it. So the way I'm teaching you how I did it, I have applied to about over 10 jobs, and my resume passed the applicant tracking system. Okay. This is about trial and error. Nobody helped me. A lot of people say that there are keywords in the job post, and I'm like, can you show me? And the answer was no. So one day I was just looking in the comment section, and somebody was saying that they had trouble, passing the applicant tracking system, and they needed a job. And I was like, God, what can I do? And that's when I went on to ChatGPT, And I figured it out and I said, I want to show y'all how to do this. This is going to help you get a job. It's the way that I show you. There's the steps, but it's very self-explanatory. If you do that, not copy, because you don't know if they have a scanner and they can tell if you use the ATS, but you just want to use that as a sheet to say, hey, this is what my resume need to be like. Okay. It says, okay, can I send my application from Italy? I'm not sure if you, when you say send your application, is you talking about EarnBetter? Because EarnBetter is right now only in the United States, but I'm not sure if you're able to send it in from where you're at. Somebody said, cool beans. Hello, Maria, how you doing? It says, thank you for your concerns about the opportunity. And somebody said, come to eat. MLs. Yeah, that's right. I don't believe in multi-level marketing. I used to get caught up in that. It is a scam. You know, I tell you all the time, the best side hustle side gig opportunity that I do to make money, and I have made money, is apartment mystery shopping. I've been doing that over 5 years, and I'm telling y'all, that is a great side hustle side gig opportunity that you can make money, and you can start doing it today. And all you need is your phone, and also poppling, washing other people's laundry. A lot of people don't like doing that. But I've learned if you do the things that people don't want to do, that's how you're very successful in making some money here. It talks about, okay, do gaps in your resume hurt you? Why? How to explain. If you have gaps in your resume, it, you know, I'm not saying it can hurt you, but there's a way. It just depends if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a caregiver. You could put down, you know, how I can show you right now in ChatGPT how to word that, but you need to volunteer. If you do apartment mystery shopping or something like that, you won't have any gaps in your resume at all. You know, even a volunteer work at a school, you're doing some kind of work, but I can share my screen and I can show you if you have gaps in your resume, like if you're a caregiver. Let me share my screen and show you this right quick, okay? Let me share my screen right quick. Okay. I'm gonna go back into Chat GPT. If you have a gap, okay, a lot of people are stay-at-home moms. I was once a stay-at-home mom before. So if I need, I would say, give me, hold on, give me a resume. Hold on, years. Entering back into the workforce. Okay. Okay. So basically, here is a sample resume. ChatGPT is very free. It's like a virtual assistant. Okay. It will tell you, like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's telling you how your resume is supposed to be. Okay. If you have gaps in your resume, like if you have gaps in your resume, what can you do? Okay, see, it's saying if you have gaps in your resume, there are several ways to address them effectively. You can use functional hybrid resume format. Address the gap in your resume. It says in your resume summary, a cover letter, briefly explain the reason for the gaps in your resume, you know, from not working. And then it's talking about add relevant experience. And then, like I was talking about a few minutes ago, volunteer work, do some freelance work or volunteer work. So use Chat GPT. They will help you out in every way. Let me see here. I'm sorry. Here I'm going. This is what I have problems with is the cover letter. Does anyone else? Yeah, the cover letter is very difficult. It was difficult for me, but if you use EarnBetter, it would do it for you. It would do it for you. What would you put on a resume if you have no skills? I want to apply for prior authorization jobs, but I've only worked in a call center. You can use the call center experience. Okay, call center experience. Again, I can go back into Chat GPT and I can say, well, what are the skills for a call center? This is all you have to do here. Hold on. any experience. Okay. If you're applying for a call center position with no experience, you can still highlight your transferable skills like your communication skills, customer service mindset, problem solving ability, basic computer skills, listening skills. It's telling you all of this, multitasking, all of this here, y'all, for free. You know, they ChatGPT do have a free version and then it has a paid version. But the only thing when you use a ChatGPT a lot, it would time you out. Like you may not be able to get on it for like 5 hours. So you may want to invest in doing something for free. Okay. Okay. Let me see any other questions. Somebody say, thank you so much. I will catch this one on replay. Okay. That's fine. The cheat sheet. Okay. What, Shay, give me more information about the cheat sheet. Let me know. It says, hey, Theresa, what advice would you give for those who are changing fields? I am in the healthcare industry as a CNA. All you have to do is transfer, all you have to do is if you're applying for one particular job and you just match your skills with the job that you're trying to get. That's all you have to do. That's what I was told when I was switching from, say, customer service into medical billing. I took the skills from what I learned in customer service and implement it into the job that I currently, been on for a while. So that's what I would do. It says, also, how do you explain a wrongful termination on your application? You've been fired. The thing is, that happened to me. I was fired, like I said, for no reason at all. Just one day talking about, one girl asked me about prayer J-Bass. And basically, I had to use one of my supervisors, and I told the truth. I said I was fired, even though you don't want to do that because sometimes they won't hire you. And I got a chance. They hire me on the spot. Sometimes you have to be truthful because if they want to, they can reach out to the company. And if you say that you haven't been fired before, that can keep you from getting a job. So you definitely want to be truthful. I mean, it happened to the best. When you go to work these days, you can do your best. Like I talk about all the time, you have these Judas on here. Like Judas, like I said, betrayed Jesus with a kiss. It's a lot of Judas walking around here. And I tell people all the time to be careful what you post on these social media platforms, because I had a friend of mine, she posted, when she went on vacation, when she got a new house, been on a job for like maybe 12 years. And then she was doing a really good job. And 2 weeks later, she was fired because of what she posted. So like I always tell you all the time, you have to have a mindset of business entrepreneur. Okay. It's always good to have a job. When these jobs hire you, they don't only have one person. They hire a multiple people. And when they get in their feelings that they want to let you go, they have people in that job that will do your job until they hire somebody, found somebody else, or if they hire somebody. A lot of people on these jobs are doing 4 or 5 people jobs and getting paid one salary. So always have a backup plan. I keep telling you this all the time. I learned the hard way. When I got fired years ago and I had bills, I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't know if I was going to be homeless or whatever the case may be. I didn't know. And God just stepped in at the right time. From that point on, I said, I'm going to have a backup plan. And that's what you need to do, is have a backup plan at all times necessary here. It says, what is the best font of your resume to pass the ATS tracking system? A lot of people say the Time New Romans is the best font to use. And then when you use EarnBetter, it's going to do it for you. You don't even have to worry about, what type of font, the spacing, the bullet points, it puts it in there. It says, you have changed the game. Yes, this is something that they're not going to tell you. They will charge you. People will charge you lots and lots of money to learn what I just taught you. Because like I told you, when I was needing help with my resume, I reached out to everybody and they say, you just gonna have to figure it out the best way you can. And that's what I did. I figured it out and I applied for jobs, and I've been getting invites to every job, by optimizing. It's very easy and there's no excuse, because all I used was free things. What? ChatGPT and EarnBetter. That's all I use. It says, can you do the cover letter again? Yes, I can show you how to do a cover letter again. I'm going to do that again. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Just hold on just for a second. Okay. So in order to do a cover letter, you're going to go into right here, okay, where you're going to see where it says resume cover letter. You're going to go into cover letter. And then whatever job that you're applying for, whatever job, okay, if I can go to a different job right here, if I go to this one here, I can copy and paste, hold on. I can copy and paste this title right here, and I can go into EarnBetter. You can either type it in, or I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to hit save and continue. It asks you, do you have a job description? We do have a job description. If you don't have it, it's okay. It'll come up with it. So I'm on this one, I'm gonna just choose no. Okay, I don't pretend like I don't have a job description. I'm gonna hit save and continue. And it's asking which resume I want that cover letter to go with. I wanted to go with this resume here. And then I'm gonna hit finalize my cover letter. And it's identifying, matching my experience. It's getting it ready. So here is the cover letter right here. I can go in here and tweak it, make it my own. Again, it's a standard tone. I could change it to professional, hit regenerate cover letter. I could change it to confident, playful, informative, inspirational. And then again, you can share the cover letter, download, hit finish, and copy the text. That's all you need to do. I hit finish, and that's it. And if you want to apply for these jobs, you can do so. That's all you need to do. Okay. That's all you need to do. Okay. I'm just going to go through here. Such great information. Thank you so much. The jobs on Indeed, are they trustworthy? You still have to do your research. You have to do your research because it is some fake, there's some job scammers out there that are posting jobs on Indeed and they're not real. So what I suggest you to do is copy and paste the title of the job and the name of the job into Google search, and you see if you can find a website for it, and then look for the phone number. And that's how I do it. And then you call the company. You may be transferred to like maybe 40 to 50 people. That's what happened to me, 40 to 50 people before I get to a hiring manager or CEO of the company, and they say it's legitimate. But Indeed, just have to be careful. They do have some, real jobs on there as well as fake jobs. You're great. Thank you a million. Thank you so much for your kind words. God sent me to you. You have answered every question I was about to ask. Thank you so much. I'm here to be, help you, be a blessing to you, because I know a lot of people are looking for jobs. I'm reading your comments. I want everybody to get a job. Okay. I'm giving you the tools. You got to take the tools to build your own empire. I'm all about free. I don't want anybody to spend money. It's people charging, I think, $25 for a resume template, and you can get it for free. You can go to canva.com and get a resume for free, as well as EarnBetter is 100% free as well. So take advantage of that. Okay, great. Okay, I'm just going through here. Okay, thank you for the great instruction. You're welcome. Perfect. I need to go back and redo the, okay, yeah, just make sure you go back. Do you suggest that we put an employment gap on our resume? You can do that, but you're going to have to, in your cover letter, you're going to have to explain the reason why there's a gap in your resume. I just want to thank you for all your help. You're welcome. How do you explain being fired, especially if it was due to performance? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, let me go into ChatGPT, and it's going to help you out. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen in a few minutes to you. Explain. Okay, hold on just for a second. That's a good question here. All you have to do is, okay, how do you explain being fired, especially if it was due to performance? Hold on just for a second. Hold on, just. Okay, hold on just for a second. I'm going to explain. I'm going to show it here. Let me share my screen here and let you see here. All right, hold on just for a second. I'm using this ChatGPT for a lot of things. It has been wonderful for me, saved me a whole bunch of time, y'all. Right here, you were asking, explaining being fired due to performance can be challenging, but what they want you to do is be honest. Be brief. It says, example, I was let go from my previous role due to performance issue related to whatever specific error, like meeting certain sales targets. And then it says, show that you're self-aware and open to growth by acknowledge areas where you can have performed better. And they give you the examples, okay? They give you examples of how to do this. I mean, you could do so much on this on Chat GPT. You'd be surprised here. And then it gives you a sample response here, right here. It gives you a sample of what to say, okay, on your cover letter or whatever the case may be. So take advantage of ChatGPT. Again, it's 100% free, okay? So someone says, the cheat sheet is yours or is it online? It is online, but you could print it out. You can go and print it out and have it or download it where you can save it to on your computer and you can have it for yourself. I just got on. You're looking good. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for sharing, EarnBetter. I love it. You're welcome. Okay, let me see here. I'm sorry. It's a lot that I'm going through here. Someone said, can you help with 20 years gap in resume? Can you tell me what have you been doing in the past? Like you can do volunteer work, you can send me an email and I can help you out with that as well. Can I upload my resume in the application? Can I upload my resume in the application optimized for the job? Yes, you can. Okay. Everybody's saying thank you. Okay, you're welcome. The job matching score and card resume, yeah, they grade you like when your resume is going through the ATS, it puts a grade like 90%. That means you have all the keywords in there in order for it to pass the applicant tracking system. So it's graded. It is graded. I think like a 70 or 60 is the lowest that you can have. Okay. It is so many, these courses are going through a whole lot fast. Hold on. It says, I interviewed from a job on Earn for a travel agent schedule, had a Zoom meeting. Then they asked for money. I was so bummed. Yeah, you got to be very careful. There are scammers out there that are out there to get you. Okay. Everybody's saying thank you. Okay, let me answer this question. Even though my resume is already typed up, do I need to retype it and EarnBetter? No, you don't need to retype it. All you need to do is go into EarnBetter, upload that resume, and you can go in and, change it around. You don't have to retype it up. You can go in and upload it. I love apartment mystery shopping. I just started. I love it too. That is my great side hustle, money making machine, and everything. Is it more effective to keep your LinkedIn profile private or make it public? I would make it public. A lot of times when you don't get hired, if you go in and connect with the hiring manager, you can still get a job. It's a lot of people have received job offers just by connection on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is also a good place to go in if you are applying for jobs and you're not getting it. I will, reach out to the hiring manager, comment on some of their posts and then, private message them and everything. EarnBetter. Well, somebody was asking how many years should you go back for work history. I was told anywhere like between up to 6 years. Say, how do you enter relevant information from 20 years ago in a current resume? Okay, that one is a good question here. The best thing to do is send me an email. My email address is realworkfromhomejobs with the rest at gmail.com, and I will be able to look at your resume and help you out. Okay, I will do that for you. Just trying to see here. I want to make sure. Can you repeat the name of the first? Can you repeat the name of the first side hustle? The first one was Apartment Mystery Shoppers, and the second one was with Poplin. I do both. Okay, so when I go in to do apartment mystery shopping, the great thing about it is I do the $50 per shop in my neighborhood. That's all they pay. So if I do 6 shops, that's $300 that I made in one day. And if I do it 5 days a week, that's $1,500 a week that I made, and I have made it, even with washing laundry. So the sky's the limit on that. Okay. When you say, how can I get a copy of the resource and ad list? Are you talking about the organizations that help out with free laptop or low cost laptop. If you need that information, you send me an email and I'll be happy to send that to you. I'm trying to figure out how to put it in a PDF file where I can have a link and post it in my description box where you could just go in there and upload it. Someone says, I've done mystery shop a while ago. I need to start doing it again. It was fun. Yeah, it's very fun here. Do they have remote mystery shoppers? And also, what's the website for the mystery shopper did you apply for? Okay, the mystery shoppers, let me bring it up here that I applied for. Let me share my screen and show you. I've been with them for over 5 years. Let me share my screen and show you. Okay, hold on, let me pull up one here. It's called Ellis Partners Mystery Shoppers. This is the website right here. And you're going to go right up here at the top where it says becoming a shopper. And this is where you will apply. Okay. They're going to ask you for your social security number. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with their social security number, but it is legitimate. But I tell you to go with your own. You know, if you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. But this is a easy side hustle, side gig opportunity. If you're looking for a job and you having trouble finding a job, this is something that you could do to make some money until you found what you're looking for. This is something that I would do. Again, it is Ellis Partners Management Solution. Here is, you can just Google Ellis Mystery Shoppers and it will pull up. Okay, you just want to click right here where it says become a shopper. Again, this is great income where you can make some money on here. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going through here. So yes, EarnBetter will enhance your resume. I mean, it will make it, you know, all you need is a plain resume. You don't need nothing fancy because you're not trying to, you know, please the human eye at that particular time. You're just trying to pass the ATS. And then once it passed the ATS, then it gets into the hand of a recruiter where they're looking at your resume in your application. It says, ever so grateful for the valuable information that you kindly, you're welcome. In each video in the information section, there's a list of resources as well. Thank you so much. That's right. I really appreciate you. Let me just go in here. Any other questions here? Any other questions? Okay, somebody asked me, have I considered doing resume? I was doing it at one point. I was doing the one-on-one, but it's very time consuming. If I go back and to do it, I prefer to do it a group. And I like doing it right now because I'm reaching the masses. I mean, I can reach a whole bunch of people in 30 minutes versus when you do the one-on-one, it takes about 30 minutes. But that's something that I'm considering doing, you know, trying to get my schedule because I work Mondays through Fridays. And then Saturdays, I'm out, you know, with sports, and Sundays are really the only free time, you know, in the evenings for me to do anything. So that's something that I'm going to consider doing, you know, real soon. Okay, so somebody asked, just to be sure, is EarnBetter considered AI? Yes, it's considered AI because it is basically writing, you know, your cover letter, and you know, you're just inputting your information into the resume. It's just, you know, it's organizing it, and then the interview questions. Yeah, it's AI, and that's where people going to now is the AI. Everybody's using AI now, but I tell you, don't put your information like your address and your phone number in there. You know, when you do a resume, just start off with your professional summary, but just use it as a cheat sheet to understand how your resume is supposed to be. That's what I would do. You know, that's what I would do here. Okay. Let me just go in here. Yes, after this replay, after the video in it, it will be a replay that you can watch this as much as you want to. You can walk through step by step of how I did it. Again, you can share this video with everyone you know that could benefit from it and everything like this. Before, I want to share something with you, y'all. The holidays is coming up. Okay, you may know somebody that needs some food or Thanksgiving. I want to share this information with you so you can share it to somebody because I know people need help. Okay. So I got this information. Yeah, I know that I'm always talking about organization to help people because I believe that people need help. A lot of people don't put themselves in other people's shoes. You could be okay right now, this very second, you need some kind of food, you need some help. So I'm very careful, and I'm out here willing to help people. If you know anybody, Thanksgiving is coming up, pretty soon. If you know anybody that need meals or anything, let them know that the Salvation Army, they can go to this website. They have organized holiday meals programs and food boxes for families during Thanksgiving. And you could just reach out to their local branch to find out about their turkey giveaway programs. Also, Feeding America partner with local food banks to provide meals during the holidays. Many of these food banks host special events around Thanksgiving. So make sure you share this information. You can tell them about the video, and they could go in here and get some help, because a lot of people, these holidays, they don't have any food. They don't even have family to help them out. So this is something that, if you know somebody that can use this, you just do your part. If they say no, you've done your part. So I just want to share that information with you. Okay. That's definitely what I want to do, is share that information where you can go ahead. And I'm also free laptops, low cost laptops. You need help with your bills. If you need help with internet, make sure you go look at those organizations and get help. They're there to help you. Don't be ashamed. You need help. I once, a long time ago, needed help. And I told you my story. I've been through a lot in my life. Growing up, my parents did the best that they could, but there was times where they couldn't afford me to get glasses back when I was in 8th grade, and the school and the teacher came together and they bought my first pair of glasses because they knew that I was a hardworking person. So, somebody had to help me. So don't be embarrassed if you need help, because either you're going through a storm or you're coming out of a storm, y'all. So you just got to be, prayerful and mindful. I'm trying to build a community where we can encourage one another and inspire one another, because people are going through things and we need the support. All the negative things have to go. We have to be positive. That's why I say you have to surround yourself around like-minded people that are going places, that are doing things, have the goals that are similar to you. Because when you hang around people that are not going nowhere, it's just like driving to a place you can't use your GPS or map, you end up nowhere. It's very important to protect your peace. Okay. If you ain't got peace, you ain't got nothing. So you have to surround yourself around peaceful people. Okay. Now I want to read a prayer that I wrote to all my YouTube family. If you want me to read it, I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you, because I've looked in the comments, people going through things, and I want to share this with you. And so you can, be on your way, so I'm going to share this with you and read this to you, because I know people going through things. This is what I wrote, because I've seen a lot of people in the comment section is going through it. And basically, the name of it is Heartfelt Prayer for My YouTube Family, because I consider you my YouTube family. So basically it says, Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today with a grateful heart, knowing that you are with us in every step of our journey. I lift up each and every one of my YouTube family members to you, especially those who may feel discouraged or weary. Lord, remind them that you have a purpose and a plan for their lives, that you see their efforts, and that you are preparing the way for them to find exactly what they're seeking in due time. Father, your word tells us in Ecclesiastes 11:2 to invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disasters may come upon the land. We ask for your guidance in creating streams of income that will bring security, peace, and abundance. Give us the wisdom to recognize new opportunities and grant us the courage to step into them boldly. I pray for doors to open, for provisions to flow, and for encouragements to fill their hearts. Help them to trust in your timing and to keep moving forward, knowing that you are aligning everything for their good. May they stay focused, stay strong, and never give up, because with you, all things are possible. Thank you, Lord, for your faithfulness and love. We pray this in Jesus' name. I pray. Amen. And I want to share that with y'all. I really do. I want to share that we're all going through things. We're all going through things. Okay. You got to keep pushing. Like I always say, pray until something happens. And just keep going, y'all. I pray and hope that this has been a blessing to you. I did my best to show you how to optimize your resume and get it to where it needs to be. I will go back and answer all the questions. You could put it in the comment section. I know that I don't want to hold your time up, because I know you have things to do. And I'm going to go live again. The next one is going to be December 1st. You can mark your calendar for Sunday. December 1st, and I'm going to do like maybe at 3:00 p.m. I may push it to 5 o'clock. So I know people go to church. I go to church in the morning, but push it back a little bit. And on that, I'm gonna give you some jobs. And at that particular time, you can tell me in the comment section if you want me to search for part-time, full-time, whatever the case may be. And we're gonna be like accountability partner where you're gonna apply for jobs on this platform. But again, mark your calendar for December the 1st. That is on a Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be going YouTube Live as well as Facebook Live. I want to connect with y'all. Again, y'all, my YouTube family. I love all of y'all. I'm here, to help you. Whatever questions you have, leave a comment. I will respond regardless. Just give me time because I do have a job and everything like this. Just give me time to explain, get back with you. But I appreciate everything that y'all done. I have the best YouTube virtual family in the whole wide world on Facebook and on YouTube. And I really appreciate you. And you can always watch the replay. And if you're watching the replay, I want you to push hashtag replay. But I'm going to get ready to go, and I will be answering the questions after this replay for those if I didn't get a hold of all your questions here. But I do appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one. Go check out tomorrow's video. I'll see you, and y'all have a great day. Okay, I appreciate all of y'all for coming and everything like that. Okay, I really appreciate you. Talk to y'all later. Bye.